MrSavage genuinely has one of the best setups I have ever seen, and in this video I will be talking about it, and I hope many of you follow along to see what peripherals he has, to see what monitor he has, and also to see what tweaks he has done to his PC, as some of his tweaks genuinely I was so confused by, but now I've done some research I will share it with all of you watching this video. But before we dive into MrSavage's setup, I would appreciate it so much if every single one of you could look down below, click that like button, click that subscribe button, and leave a comment on what you guys would like to see next. But without a further ado, let's get straight into MrSavage's setup. It is genuinely crazy. Okay, the first part of his setup I want to talk about is his mouse. In my opinion, he is using the best mouse you can use for Fortnite. If you don't agree, leave it down in the comments, but he is using the Logitech G Pro X Superlight number 2. So not only has he got the number 2 version, he also has the Superlight. If you guys are thinking, what's the difference between the Superlight number 2 and a standard mouse? Most of us do have the standard mouse. The Superlight 2 costs so much money. I'll get into it in just a second. But the Superlight number 2 weighs at 50 to 60 grams. Guys, that is so incredibly light. If you want to put it into context, a standard mouse, what you guys are using, is about 80 to the maximum of 150 grams. So this is half of that. It will be able to move so fast. Boys, the lighter the mouse, in my opinion, and many others, the better the mouse. And also on top of this, the G Pro Superlight number 2 is wireless. If you guys are thinking, but surely if you have a wireless mouse, it has a bit of delay. No, that is not a thing anymore. With these new mouse that are coming out, there is literally no delay if it is wireless. And my opinion, I just switched to a wireless mouse, and it is 10 times better with no cable. Trust me, I was so stubborn on using a wired mouse, but a wireless mouse is so much better. And the battery life on the G Pro Superlight is 70 hours. Let's say you leave it on whilst you are gaming for 4 or 5 hours a day. It will last you so long, longer than a couple weeks. I hardly charge my mouse, and when I do, within 5 minutes, it is literally charged for so long. If you want to go for a mouse, get the Logitech G Pro Superlight, and if you have a bit more money to spend, get the number 2. In my opinion, it is the best mouse out here, especially for Fortnite. Okay, now let's go on to his keyboard. For his keyboard, again, he has the best keyboard in my opinion for gaming, especially Fortnite. He has the SteelSeries Apex Pro Mini Black. Most people have the SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL, but no, MrSavage has gone for the Mini, which is completely fair enough. They do pretty much the exact same things. Some of the benefits to this keyboard, they are genuinely outrageous how good this keyboard is. So the main point of this keyboard is the activation point. The activation point on a normal keyboard, you press the whole key down and then it will activate. For most gaming keyboard like mine, it is around 1mm to 1.2mm. For the Apex Pro Mini that MrSavage has, it is 0.4mm. So he presses his key 0.4mm down and it will activate. That is genuinely incredible. This is one of the main reasons these top pros are editing so fast, because they don't need to press the key all the way down. Obviously, it will be 10 times faster to only press it 0.4mm. Of course, you can adjust this, by the way, if it is literally too fast. Yes, I can't believe I'm saying this. If the keyboard is too fast for you, you can slow it down. You can set it to 0.4mm to 3.6mm. So if you play with the average 1mm, that is fine. Just set it to 1mm. Do I recommend getting the Apex Pro Mini? Yes, of course, this is so good. Not only is the activation point so good, the main point of this keyboard is the N key rollover and anti-ghosting. What anti-ghosting pretty much means is when you press 2 keys at the same time. So for example, W and D, they will work simultaneously together, so one won't cancel each other out. On most keyboards, if you press 2 of the same keys, there will be the tiniest bit of delay. But if you want to be a pro in Fortnite, one of the best players, and what all the pros are using, you don't want any ghosting in your keyboard. You want the best of the best, and this is what the Apex Pro gives you. No ghosting at all. You can press multiple keys at the same time and that will work perfectly well. That is a very big difference difference to main normal keyboards. Most of you are probably wondering, Jinshi, how much does this keyboard cost us then? This keyboard is not actually too bad. It is around £170 to £180. Of course, it seems like so much money, but for the best keyboard in the game, you cannot get better than this. 179, it is not too bad. If you want to upgrade to this, of course, I would genuinely recommend this, as you will not need to upgrade for so many more years. And for his monitor, this is going to shock you. He plays with the world's fastest esports gaming monitor. In my previous videos, when I go through pro setups, they're playing 360Hz, and I always say you don't really need to get 360Hz monitors, as there's most likely you won't be able to get 360 frames in game. Well, MrSavage plays with a 540Hz monitor with 1440p. That is genuinely crazy. I never knew a monitor with 540Hz will be out. Not only that, MrSavage is using it. Does he actually play on 540Hz? No, he'll probably play around 360 or 240Hz, but still 540 is genuinely crazy. If you ask me, do I recommend it for you guys? No, any of you watching this video, unless you are literally the best player in the game you are playing, do not get this monitor. Not only will you not be able to run 540Hz, but genuinely the price is going to shock you. It costs £500. That is around $700 to $750 for one monitor. It costs the same amount as some people's PCs for one monitor, which you can't even run 540Hz. Guys, let me know in the comments if you think this monitor is worth it and if you would want to get it or not, as in my opinion, I would not even use the 540Hz. Okay, now we've talked about his mouse, his keyboard, his monitor, let's actually talk about what graphics he actually plays. So firstly, he is playing with 100% brightness. We've been seeing a couple other pros do 150%. It's completely preference. I play on 150%, just give it a go. I know the default is 100, but boys, go up to 150, see if you like it. If not, drop back down to 100, just like MrSavage. User interface, obviously 1, just like every other player playing Fortnite. Colorblind mode. Now this is what I like to see. He is playing Triton Rope. I am a massive fan of the Triton Rope colorblind mode. I know Clicks isn't using colorblind mode and Peterbot also isn't, but if I recommend you guys to play a colorblind mode, it would 100% be Triton Rope. The colorblind strength is actually quite a bit high. It is on number 8, but again, it is preference. Try 6, 7, 8, maybe even 9 if you want to see what 9 is like. But now onto the graphics quality. He does play with performance mode, and if you guys are watching this video and do not play with performance mode and play with DirectX 11, I would 100% turn off the DirectX 11 and play with the performance mode. Performance mode, pretty much, yes, of course, it is going to look a bit worse. Your game will look a tiny bit worse, but that is literally fine. It is such a tiny difference. Genuinely, turn it off. Your frames will be so much higher and your input lag will be so much better as well. So for his settings, his view distance, same as many other pros, like Peterbot is also playing with this view distance. He is playing with far. Some people play with epic. I'm playing with epic as well. I find it literally does not matter for my frames. If you guys are thinking, why would anyone play with a view distance far but every other setting is low? Because view distance is the only setting that genuinely does matter quite a lot. So when you're landing from the battle bus, you see some guns on the floor. I know many of you do, and you try to see what gun it actually is. Most of you won't be able to see it if the view distance is on low. In my opinion, do try play medium, play far, play epic, test it out, see if it does get you any input delay, see if your frames are still fine, and if they are fine, play the highest view distance you possibly can. Trust me, that is the best setting you can play. Textures as well, very surprising. MrSavage, of course, he has the god PC, so I guess he can do this. He is playing with medium. Again, Peterbot and Clicks, they are not playing with medium, they are both playing with low. Of course, the higher the textures, the lower the frames will be, the higher the input lag. But when you have such a good PC, just like MrSavage, it does not matter. If I recommend you guys to play medium, no boys, do not play medium, play the lowest one you possibly can. Effects is on low, of course, post-processing as well, low. But one thing that I want to show you in his advanced settings, NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency. If you do not have an NVIDIA graphics card, you will not have this, but he he has it on plus boost. Yes, of course, this does seem very good. If you have a god PC, the better the PC, the higher your Nvidia reflex should be. So for me, I have an average PC. There will be 3 settings for off, on, or on plus boost. I have an average PC, so I have it on. If you do not have a good PC, I recommend just turning this off. Trust me, it will not be a low latency if you have a bad PC and have this on. Again, if you have a god PC or a very, very good PC, just turn this on plus boost. That is literally fine to do. But that is his Fortnite settings done. Now we're on to his Windows setting. One thing that I want to show you that so many pros are not telling you, but so many tweakers are actually giving you the wrong answer to, is head over to your search bar, search GPU, graphic settings will pop up, hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. So many PC tweakers are saying to turn this on as it reduces latency and improves performance, which you think, but so many PC tweakers that I've been working with have literally shown me so much proof that if you have this off, your input delay will be so much less and your frames will genuinely also be so much higher. Honestly, Clixes also have this off, and MrSavage, they both have this setting off. Well, that is it for his Windows settings that I genuinely know about, and boys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That is it for MrSavage's setup. I hope you enjoyed. Please do leave a like, please do subscribe, and comment down below who you guys want to see next, and if this did help you or not.